Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NT Rugby on another Saturday night. I'm your commentator tonight, calling the action, Mr. Rocky Rochford again. We have South Darwin Rabbitohs against the Darwin Dragons. Darwin Dragons be looking to pick up after last week's effort against Casuarina Cougars going down, and South will be looking to build on their winning streak, having victorious over Uni Pirates last week. In other games around the NT, we have an upset to a few. Palmerston Crocs getting up over the Uni Pirates 14-13 in an earlier game today. As we get the game underway there by Sir Elliott with a kickoff. Fielder there by Jake, who's going to run that out wide. Get a pop-off pass. Going to take that back inboard, who's making great metres there. Nice 10-metre run through contact. South there passing it out just for a nice hit-up, just to gain some more metres against Darwin. Another pop ball out here for South. And Mr. Tom Hiramatu getting a pop pass there, taking up the ball. Looks like Jacob there, controlling the game, number 10, with a pass going backwards from the call from the ref. The winger busting out wide and getting stopped short with a nice little pop pass. Looks like the Souths are going to do some pop pass, i.e. the Fijian way. Penalty going against South there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wait for the call here by Big Red, who looks to be the officiate today. And a Shepherd is the call. South are looking really strong early on. Dragons will look to stop this momentum that South just love to build on. It's been a nice close game here today, ladies and gentlemen. The heat seems to have died off. It's nice conditions, not too much wind. Shouldn't affect both teams. Dragons with the line out look to be a little bit sideways, but let to go by a Big Red there. As Dragons going to the pick and drive and little short passes to do their forward ball, as they love to do. And Tom Hiramatu there with the steal at the breakdown. Here's one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. His art at the breakdown is immaculate. He is actually a current serving member of the Royal Australian Navy. So thank you, Tom, for your service. It's always greatly appreciated. We hope it all goes well for you, and thank you for participating in NT Rugby. South there going for the kick for the line out and getting a nice 20 metres, easy 3 metres. We're going to have a line out 5 metres out from halfway. Jake's going into 10, who's just going to do a pop pass. Bumps off one, goes through another, finally gets brought down. 9 feeding the ball out to the second row. He's just going to have a little show and go, never going to pass that. And a knock on there by South. Jacob Ranger there, sorry, putting the ball down. Apologises to the team. They had the front foot again. Hopefully this isn't the way that South are going to continue the game. Just letting Dragons back in. They've got all the advantage early on. And a huge push here by South, but Dragons still getting away with the ball. They're going to put it on the boot inside his 22, but he carried it back in. South caught the ball and running it back in to the inside. Looks to dummy one and gets through 2 tackles there before getting tackled. Souths are going to spread this into the middle of the park here, getting a little bit of momentum. Number 8 bumps off Dragons before finally getting finished off in the tackle. Big front rower having a run out on the wing. (13) for South there, having a nice run. Mali. And a nice inside ball from the 7 into the 6, and he's going to slide over the line. Momentum carried him over there. As hopefully we get a replay of that, ladies and gentlemen, for you. Looks like it's going to be Jacob with the conversion here. Here we go, number 1, apologies, has passed it off. Nice ball to the number 6 there from South, Zach Burke, and gets across the line right at the end. Nice pass there by Hayden Summers, front rower. Always nice to get a cheeky assist. And conversion is unsuccessful from Souths. Score, ladies and gentlemen, is 5-0 Souths way with 34 minutes to go in the half. Just having a few difficulties on our scoreboard up on the screen on our live stream. Please continue to stream through the rugby app or NITV, and then we are live on SBS Demand. So on any of your 3 services, continue to stream there, keep you updated. Elliot with the kickoff there, and Jake's going to get this and he's going to put it on the boot. He's seen a gap there. Fullback for Dragons is covering nicely though. Hayden Riggs with the cover. He's going to run it across field, going sideways more than forwards, and is going to get caught by 3 Souths there. Nice body height in the ruck there by Dragons, securing the ball. And Dragons are going to pop that from the top of that tackle there. And they're going to put it on the boot. Nice high kick. Got a chance to get their own ball back here, and it's bounced into his chest. It's going to be a South ball with a line out just shy of the halfway line. And that call, ladies and gentlemen, is being called not straight by Big Red, so it's going to be Dragons feed into the scrum here. Dragons aren't known for their big forward pack, but last week was a little bit lacking that oomph, and Casuarina Cougars managed to blow them over their own scrum. They'll be looking to rectify that through the training week, I hear. It's be a good challenge between the 2 forward packs here tonight. as we had the first scrum there blown up. Hooker didn't want to bend down and get the contact. Reset here, looks to be a good scrum, and South's going to power over, and it's been blown up by Big Red here. Wasn't happy with something there. Not sure what that call was from him. And we'll go into an uncontested scrum early. We'll get some feedback onto that of why. Dragons with the crossfield kick and missed by their winger, but the 15's there to cover him. Getting tackled there by two of the South, who's just going to drop him before a nice pop out with number 8. Callers come backwards from Big Red. Elliot there just slowing and buying time, but the body height wasn't right. And the call from Big Red, it was a good ruck, but the Dragons player was holding onto the man on the ground, which unfortunately he can't do, so he's going to blow it up to South's penalty. Who've gone for the line-out kick there, right in front of our commentary position. We'll see how this line-out throw, if it is straight or not. Get a bird's eye view for it, ladies and gentlemen. Nice straight ball there, won by South, just tapped on the advantage with Jacob dishing it off to back to the front rower. He's bumping off one, he's going to pop it again to his little hooker. He's going to pass it out wide for Tom Hiramatsu, who's running to the wing, steps inside, beats one, beats two, and he's going to run around for the posts. Gets cut short. Tom Hiramatsu, wonderful individual effort there. Of course, favouring the blue headgear this year, as we have a replay. Big prop, takes some contact, stands back up, gets a pop. Thank you, Mr. Hooker. Is going to ring it. Draw one. Tom's on the outside. Shows and goes. Steps back on the inside. Winger with a poor attempt of a tackle there. And he's just going to run around, make the conversion a little bit easier. Jacob with the conversion attempt here, wasn't happy with that one because he's missed again. Kicks the tee and throws his hands up in frustration. Score, ladies and gentlemen, is 10-0. South's way over Dragons with 27.5 minutes to go in the first half. As you can just hear, the wind has picked up through our commentary here. It is favouring South for this first half. We'll see if that continues throughout the game. Elliot going to get us restarted here. Nice medium-sized kick. It's fielded nicely there by South. He's bumped off one and running through a second before finally getting dragged down. Passing it through the backs. A couple of forwards in the back line there. He's just going to do a crash ball. Great hands there by Jacob because that was at his laces. Passing it out to the winger for South, who's going to try and put it on his boot, but drops it cold. Got ankle tapped at the right minute there by Dragons. South are trying to go and bury this early. Dragons will be lucky to hold on. They need to get some momentum back on their side. was Jared Lane with the break down the sideline there, ladies and gentlemen. Good turn of foot. Unfortunately, just couldn't convert with his little kick and chase. We're going on contested scrum again here. Really getting away from South. Strong point first half. Darwin Dragons put it through the back line. A little bit of a sloppy play. 13 there, offloading it to the fullback, who's having a ripper of a start of the game. Hayden Riggs. Going to pass it back out. Little chip through. Fielded by South, who's going to offload that straight away to their fullback, 15. And it's been called forward. South will be wondering they were harshly dealt there. Look better than territory flat there. Dragons there with a hit up. And turned over straight away. Looks like Jacob was in there. Great height. Number 9 with a quick tap. Kind of fumbles it, but didn't touch hands, so no knock on. Easy meters here. And referee's going to dig into his pocket, I believe. Darwin Dragons weren't onside there. And a yellow card has been shown to number 3, I believe, from Dragons. This will be Brenton Matchbark. 10 minutes in the bin. Line out South way here, ladies and gentlemen. Going for a back ball. 6 takes that in, and they're going to try and maul this. Gain some free meters. They're making easy meters. There's no resistance here from Dragons so far. That's easy. 10 meters off the line out. And they're going to take it. Number 9 is going to pass that out. He's going to pop it. And South are in again. And a misconversion there by Jacob. Not having a great game with the boot so far. South extend their lead 15-0 over Darwin Dragons with 21 minutes to go in the half. Elliot Lewis getting us back underway. Another nice kick by him. Run up by South after the take. Seven having a nice hit up here. And going to feed it back out to Jacob, who's going to put it on the boot. Kick nice and deep. Sees fullbacks out of position. Fullback runs around and covers it nicely. Gabriel in his own 22. And he's run out of it, so now he can't kick it out on the full. Nice tackle there by South, but he's got lice and cover. And we've got a penalty advantage for a high tackle. Dragons are going to kick that away and get the penalty. Dragons will be looking to retain the ball here. Dragons are going to have an attacking line out 1 metre away from halfway. And the ball's been overthrown. South recovered, and number 1 there taking a nice brilliant run, offloading to number 8, who's bounced off 2 people. He's going back for more. That's 3. Finally getting brought down. And it's going to dish out number 2. He's fling that out wide to big number 4. Tries to go himself, gets brought down 2 metres short. And it's been turned over there by Dragons. And a bit of horseplay with ball bouncing around. See what Big Red's answer is here. Going to confirm with the touchy. And you said a knock on from Dragons, and then has allowed the try for South. Going in again close to the sideline, close to the post. Apologies. And looks like Jacob has converted one there, breaking the score 22-0. South Darwin Rabbitohs leading Darwin Dragons with 17 minutes to go in the first half. As we get back underway from Elliot Lewis's kick, giving his team a chance. For South to recover it. He's going to pass it out through the centre. Looks to be a forward pass there. Got away with one. Making some good metres every time they run the ball. Dagger's going to pass that out to the number 1, who's had a blinder of a first half so far. He's not running like a front rower should, but that's what South are all about. Going to pass that out to Jacob, who sees a gap because the winger was up. And going to blow that back as South were in front of the kicker and kept advancing. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our scoreboard's up and running. Clock's a little bit mischievous, but at least we can give you the score. South Darwin Dragons, going for the attacking line out. Going to have a line out 30 metres away from their try line. They'll be looking to retain the ball here. They have not had much possession this first half. As Big Red blows time off for a substitute. And both teams making a substitution here. Number 12 for South going off. And number 2 for Dragons. Looks like Rocco is on for South. And the only reserve we've got on the team sheet is Atkin Lewis. So it looks to be that Dragons are going to play with one sub, and they got the line out. Nice quick ball. Number 9 dummies and 16 falls for it is. Number 7 then goes for a goose step, goes in board. Nice clean out there by Dragons, trying to retain this ball here. Going to pass it out with one dummy show and go. And a nice inside ball. He's beaten 1, beaten 2. Making a nice 20-metre run before he's left it behind. Number 9 then kicks it on. Going to wait for the call from Big Red as a knock on. If we can get a replay of that, brilliant play by Dragons. It looked like a great run by Moses Nicky there. Looks like Dragons are playing short here. Only just counted 13 on the field. Scrum on there by South and the uncontested, and they're going to pop it out. With the winger having another nice run. Jared Lane. Going to pop that out. Nice placement of the ball there by Vincent. Nice leg drive. South making metres here with every carry they've got. Jacob sees the early pressure and is going to run back inboard before getting it back to the advantage line. Nice pop pass there. South's going to try and spread this out wide. Use their speed that they've got and numbers as they're going to make a break down the sideline here. 14 passing in, ball to 13, who's going to pass that and get intercepted. And the big front row has gone for the kick. He's gone for a dummy and a kick. He realised what was needed there and just needed to get some territory, get his guys back on side. South Darwin's are looking to run away with this early on. They look like they have a full bench, and Darwin Dragons look like they are lacking a few numbers. As we have another time off here. And a substitution, number 22 on for South and number 5 off. Number 5 being a name withheld, which always helps, guys. Number 22 is Stefano. And time's back on. South throw in the line out. And that throw was as straight as a roundabout, but it has been let off by Big Red. There's a nice big crash ball there. South making metres straight away. And it's been blown up. And penalty goes to Dragons. We'll wait for that call. Not releasing is the call from Big Red. As Dragons are going to look to put this out. Touch for their penalty and get the line out. So our line out's pretty close to our camera crew, so we'll be able to see this nice line out through. And that's won by South, who didn't have a lifter where they won that. Just flung it out. Number 10 there, going to take a run. Going to pass it out to Rocco, who's going to go through 13. Out to the winger on the outside, who's beaten 1. Going to pop it back inside. Looks like 13's going to get it again, and back inside to Jacob, who's followed up, who's beaten 1, beat 2, stepped on the inside, who's going to pop pass to number 21, and Big Red has called that up. And he's called it for a Shepherd. Dragons lucky to get away with that one. They were scrambling defence there. Great double effort there by number 13, Malahi. He's one to see. He has speed on tap and he doesn't like to show it. But every time he just needs that little bit of a burst, he just manages to find it. And just keeps you wanting, keeps you thinking that you're going to get him, but just keeps that little bit of gap. Just that natural speed. Dragons there, fishing it out to number 12, who's put it on the boot. Not a great clearance kick there. Straight out where the scrum was. South's going to get a nice attacking scrum 10 metres out from their line here. With all the ball in their hand this first half. Nice, easy line out, recovered by Tom Hiramatsu. Popped it out to 9, who goes to 10 to Jake. Back into the fullback, who runs untouched. $15 there of Rhys Mulhund, who's run around to put himself underneath the post. That was a very easy try. Bit of soft defence there by Dragons. They'll be looking to fix that up. As we have a look at the replay, Jacob here getting the ball from the line out, cut out pass from 2, straight to the fullback, goes untouched. Just a bad read, and I think a bit of short numbers there by Dragons. There's a conversion here by Jacob, right in front. See how he goes with his kick. His kicking boots aren't on today. And he's made the conversion. That makes the score 27-0. South Darwin leading Darwin Dragons with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Looks like Elliot Lewis is going to get us underway here. It's always good to see number 7 doing the kickoffs. Versatile forward, Elliot. He's put it up high, and Dragons have been able to bat that back and get it back in their possession. And it's been stolen straight away by South Darwin with their big number 8 making metres and still not going down. That's a 20-metre run there by Jesse Kirkman. They're going to pass that out wide. Big Rocco's going to have a run. He's going to pass it out to their winger, Jared Lane, who's going to pass it back into Rocco, who's dropped it cold. Some say his dreads got in the way, others say his big traps. But he dropped that one cold. Very skilled rugby player, Big Rocco. And we've got a substitution here. Not sure if it's a substitution or just making up a full 15 for the Dragons. It's going to be a substitution with a couple of their players going off over the dead ball line just to ease up play. Still seem to be short on the field there. Yeah, it looks like Darwin Dragons are playing with 13 on the field. Might be why the gaps are still there for South. They've got the scrum there and they're just going to kick it out. Good kick there, gaining a lot of metres. And the touch judge has given it a few extra metres, I believe. And we're going to have a South line out. 12 metres from halfway. As another substitution comes in, this time from South. Big number 8, who's had a barnstorming first half. It's going to have a little bit of a rest. Just waiting for the number of his replacement. Doesn't do us any favours, doesn't show us his back. And South with the line out there, nice throw, batted in for the number 9 to pick up. He's just batted on to their number 1 and again having a nice first half there, making metres. Looks like he's been stripped of the ball in the tackle though. Won't be happy with that. Dragons will be very happy to get the ball back. As big number 3 for Dragons makes some good metres with just a nice hit up. 12 fishing it out to number 2. Number 2 being Andrew Tobin, and they've made a break. Darwin Dragons is going to step in board, and Tommy Ramatsu's got the cover tackle with their fullback getting in low, and he's got the turnover, and he's been penalising for not releasing the tackle before he goes for the ball. Number 17 there for Darwin Dragons, making the nice effort with Akin Lewis. And they're going to kick for touch. Get a line out. 15 metres away from their try line. This is the first good attacking play from Dragons all night. They'll be looking to convert here. Get some points back on the board. And the line has been won by South. They're going to pass it out wide. Bit of a sloppy pass picked up by Rocco. And Big Red is going to say there's been a knock-on from South. Dragons are going to get a scrum 10 metres out right in front of their goalpost here. Looking to convert to some points with 3 minutes to go in the first half. As they're going to pass it out. Cut pass out to the fullback, who's going to cut back inside. South are all over the ball there. And Tom Hiramatsu gets another steal, another penalty. Once he's on the ball, it's very hard to remove Tom. Great defence there by South on their own line. First attacking phase from Dragons, and wasn't able to get any points. Jacob's going to go for the kick here. Looks to have bitten off a bit more than he can chew. But he's been kicked out there. Unlucky for the fullback, Hayden Riggs. He couldn't bat that one back in. And they're going to get a line out on the halfway line. And a nice line-out win there by South, who's going to pass it inboard. Jake has seen that the winger is up and he's going to go for a kick. And two of South are being pulled up for being in front of the kicker and progressing. Looks to be Big Red's theme of the night, making sure that everyone's on side in front of the kicker. And the call's offside there. Having a little talk to Jacob, who wasn't happy with the call. But explaining that it wasn't him that was at fault there, just his forward pack. Dragons kicked that out and going to have a line out 23 metres out from their try line. They're looking to retain the ball, build some pressure. And a 2 ball goes over the top and has been taken by South. We're just going to go a nice crash ball and make some metres. Get a nice reset. Dragons play doesn't look to be rolling too well there, and there goes the penalty advantage. Nines just pass that out nice and wide. Shocking pass there by Nine. That's knocked on by Jacob. Not his fault. That is bootlaces. And going to come back for the penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Not rolling away, Dragons. Trying to slow the ball down. I think a bit of fatigue is taking effect. The lack of numbers. And Jacob's going for a long kick. And it's not out. Nice catch there by number 11, Jason Darkin, who's then put that inboard to Moses Nicky, who's put that on the boot. And he's put it over the top of Rocco. He's fumbled that a bit, but it all went backwards, and he's gone the sideline. No one covered the sideline then. Rocco's still going to go through one. Gets gang tackled by 2. He's tackled out over the sideline as the halftime hooter goes off. But we still have some time to play, according to Big Red's watch. South's going to have a line out here. Sorry, Dragons got the line out and they've won it. And it's been a knock on from South. And that's half time, ladies and gentlemen. Score 27-0, South Darwin Rabbitohs leading Darwin Dragons. We'll look forward to catching up with you in the second half. We hope for a better defensive effort here from Dragons. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of action here at NT Rugby Union. We have a game here between South Darwin Rabbitohs and Darwin Dragons, with the Rabbitohs leading 27-0 after the first half. Looking to get our action back underway is Jacob with a nice kickoff here, hopefully. South will be looking to run away with the game, and Dragons will be looking to get back into the game. Their defensive effort has been a little bit lacking, and a bit of ball control. Although ball control comes with lack of ball, they've had about 5% of possession tonight. They'll be looking to up that in the second half. A nice deep kickoff there by South. Collected there by Jason Cole, who's then kicked that off and it didn't go out. Tom Hiramatsu's going to put that back in. Ball with a 15, putting a kick in. Reese Mulhan, and it's going to be knocked on by Darwin Dragons. He could not pick up that ball if it was the last thing on earth. Bit of high fives there between the team. Not sure what they're celebrating that effort for. As we have a scrum here with South Feed. Still uncontested. Going to pop that out to the 10 of South, who's going to do a... Looked like he was going to do a cutout, but then held on to the ball. He's still hold on to it. He's pumped off 3. Passing out to the 19, who's going to get tackled there. On the 22-metre line, 13 going into scrum half. He's going to go pick and go, as all 13s like to believe that they are front rowers. And a nice pick and go there by South, making nice 5 metres. And this has been blown up by Big Red. And it's going to go Dragons' way, off their feet. South Darwin off their feet, that is. Dragons got the ball. And they've gone for the kick. And that is a romping effort. He has kicked that 50 metres and he's going to have a line out just past the 10-metre line. As we have number 20 here for Dragons with the throw-in. Jonas Nicky with the throw-in, and it's been won by Dragons. Who're going to do an inside crash ball. Looks like by Moses Nicky. Dragons there trying to skewer the ball. Number 12 running that out was Drew Tobin. Nice medium pace runs tonight. And then Dragons put the grubber through, collected there by Jacob. With step 1, steps 2, and finally gets brought down. South retaining the ball here, not making many metres due to the great defensive Dragons. They're going to pass that out wide to Jacob, who's going to do a 3 cutout ball to Rocco, who's going to pass that back on the inside to 13. He's beaten 1. He's going to run between 2, looks for the pop and misses the winger there. And there's a penalty advantage being played. Not anymore according to Big Red. Big Arm was out, but not anymore. The 15 of South there, Reese Mulhan, taking it back over the halfway line. Number 4, name withheld. Making some great metres there for South. Having the 3 take a nice run, making 5 metres, Matthew Sandell. Passing it out to Jacob, who's going to cut it out to 13. Malali, who just runs through the line with ease. No one's near him and underneath the post. as we look to get a replay of that. Here we go. So nice ball there from number 9. Pass it now to Jacob. Shows it to Mullally, who just goes in between two tired forwards. Untouched. 30 metres out. And he's going to run round underneath the post. It's just great line. Great intensity by South there. I think fatigue starting to set in for Darwin Dragons. As Rocco's going to go for the conversion. Instead of Jacob. And he's got the conversion. So that makes the score 34-0 Souths over Dragons. With 35 minutes to go in the half. Dragons just walking back to the line here, trying to slow down some play. Really fatiguing here. They only had one named on the bench. Looks like they've had an injury early, so they're playing too short on the field. South Darwin, of course, with a full bench, looking the fitter team out of the two. As Elliot Lewis is going to get us back underway. Nice kick that's going to land on the 22. No one wanted that ball there. That's disappointing there from South. And a big knock on from South. And regained by Dragons, and the call's going to be Dragons scrum feed. Disappointing effort there by 3 Souths. No one wanted the ball. Left it for each other. That's a coach killer right there. As South can't stop the uncontested, and a knock back there by Darwin Dragons are going to tow it forward. Tom Hiramatsu trying to do a sneaky dummy for the quick line out. No one falls for that one, Tom. Try again later. South here with a line out throw. 5 minutes away from their own try line. They'll look to clear the ball here. Throw into Tom jumping at number 2. They're going to pass it out to Rocco, who's going to take a run. Nice crash ball. He's beaten 1, and now he's out past the 22. Goes out wide. He's got runners on the inside. Misses them. Goes on the outside, and he's going to go over the halfway line. Back through the 10. Palms off the winger. And the fullback cover tackles and puts him in a touch. Great tackle there by Darwin Dragons. 15 against Rocco. In his 70-metre run effort there. Great cover defence there by Hayden Riggs, fullback, Darwin Dragons. Well, the boys should get around him there because that was a great solo effort. Otherwise, Rocco was going to be a 100-metre try scorer, and no one likes that stat against them. As we have 3 substitutions coming in for South Darwin with 1, 3 and 22 going off. We have 8 coming back into play. And the other players don't want to show us their numbers. Dragons here with a line out. Just outside the 22. And they're going to have to do a recall there because they wanted a 8 ball. But substitutions hadn't quite run off. And it's been overthrown again by Dragons. Caught there by number 5 for South. Name withheld, and we got that call blown up. Big Reds with the straight off their feet. Well, off their feet, but they were straight off their feet there at that breakdown. And a great nudge again by Dragons. They've come out kicking a lot better in this second half. They still need to retain the ball a little bit, but at least they come to play in the second half here. See how long they can hold this intensity for. This line-out's right in front of our commentary. Looks like Jonas Nicky's throwing it in again. They're going to go for a 4-ball. And that one was as straight as a twisty. He won't be happy with that effort. And a short arm penalty for South, breaking where the spot was and closing the gap. As a little medium pace there by Drew. And a knock on there by Dragons at the back of the breakdown. Big number 5, won't be happy with that. It's Callum Taylor. Bit of pressure on him. And we're going to blow time off here as we've got an injured player down. Looks to be in a bit of pain. He's holding the back of his head, which is never a good sign. So Dragons again playing with 13 on the field. Just going to leave a few gaps for South. We'll see if, what they do at this scrum. Buried deep in their own 22 here. Set up for a kick, but as we saw in the last play at this area, they did try and run it out. Nice 70-metre gain. And they're going to pass that out to Jake, who's going to punch a ball down the sideline and gain a nice 40 metres. We'll see where the touchy ends up there. And he's given him a sneaky extra 10 metres. That's where the ball bounced on the other when it went out. But South won't complain about that. Dragons with a throw in here with Moses Nicky going to do the line-out throw. Hopefully to rectify his last issue as we have a substitution. Number 2 going off for Dragons. And time's back on. Nicky's going to try and hit a 2-ball. It's disrupted by Tom Hiramatsu at the first jumper, and we've got an advantage for a knock on there. And he's going to blow that back. Unlucky there by Tom Hiramatsu. Managed to disrupt the line out of Dragons. Absolute gun. Tom is the first known player to play for the ADF rugby team without actually playing for one of the individual services. Due to his talent that they saw earlier in his career, they picked him straight away for a tour. That is the talent of young Tom Hiramatsu there. There's Darwin Dragons feed it in with Drew Turbin, passing it out with a show and go that does not fool Rocco, who hits him square in the chest. Number 17 there might wake up a little bit sore. Ankin. Dragons slowing down the ball there with Moses Nicky. He's going to show and go. Gains a couple of metres before he gets tackled. And not a great clean out there by number 3, Brenton. And they can do the quick tap. Dragons nowhere near onside. Could be a professional foul with a yellow. We'll see if Big Red digs into his pocket. Here he goes. And there's another yellow card. Number 3, Brenton. Has been sent for 10 minutes in the bin. behind the quick tap and tackle the player. Fortunately, can't do that. So he's going to have a nice spell on the sideline. Offside score there, with Jacob going to kick for touch. It's a bit of a shank kick there, but that ball has gone out 30 metres away from South Darwin's try line. We're looking to retain the ball here and put some more points on the board and run away with this game. And a nice line-out throw there. Passed off to Jacob, who's going to pass that off. Miss everyone, and then Rocco's going to collect it with a kick over the top. Dragons fullback is scrambling and puts it on the wrong foot. And that's caught by the second rower of South. They're going to pass it out wide. Number 19's going to get the ball. And a lot of the crowd and opposition players in Dragons are calling that ball forward. But looks at being... He's been given the try. As we look at the replay there, an absolute shank kick on the wrong foot. Collected by number 5, South. He's going to pop that off to 18. Pops that off to 19. And he's going to run around for an easy conversion. So number 18, Kane Simmises, off to 19 with name withheld. And Jacob with the conversion there. Kicks Struley, making the score 41-0. South Darwin leading Darwin Dragons. With 25 minutes to go in the second half. Looks like big Elliot Lewis is going to get us underway again. Had a quiet game tonight. Haven't seen him too much in the defensive line. But he's one of those players where you don't really notice him. He just puts in that 100% and you can always rely on him. He doesn't get the big stats, but he's always there when you need him. Dragons are making a substitution here. Really's put a nice high ball up, giving his boys an opportunity to get there. South have regained that, tried to go sideline, but got shut down there by the 8 of Dragons. They put the ball inboard. Number 16 again breaking the line. Passing it inboard to the number 9, who's done a forward pass, but has got away with that one. And Elliot Lewis, as we speak of the name, has got back, recovered the ball, placed it down, and is trying to drive over. And we're going to have a penalty to Dragons. Great play there by Elliot Lewis. A very big missed call there by Big Red. About 10 metres forward, but we can't get them all right. Dragons going to kick for touch here. Big roost on the ball again. Great kicking game in the second half by them. And they're going to have a line out on the 10-metre line in their defensive half. Dragons there with the win of the line out, nearly disrupted by Tom Hiramatsu. Bit of a show and go there by the number 1, Francis from Dragons. Passed out by Drew. Nice crash ball there, and it's come free in the ruck. Looks like to be a knock on. Elliot Lewis with a good covering tackle on the South player. Really stepping up his game after we said he wasn't noticeable. But you always know he's there. And they're going to put the pass out, and they're going to try and do a low grubber, which gets charged down, and Drew Tober's going to go for a nice medium pace run and get tackled off there by two of the Dragons players, going straight off their feet. We're going to wait for the call there. And Jacob's not happy with that call. He's getting done for hands on the ground first. Clearly one of the Darwin Dragons fellas just blew straight over, missed everyone and dived over the ruck. Jacob wasn't a little bit happy about that. Asked him for a please explain, gets sent his marching orders. Never in the history of the game has someone argued with the ref and won the conversation. So people still ask, why do they even bother doing that? As it looks like Dragons have finally learned their lesson and are asking for a scrum, because they cannot win a line out for the night. So why not go an uncontested scrum and be assured of the ball? As we're going to have a scrum 52 metres out from the Dragons try line. And Drew's going to pass that out to the 10, who's going to fake one into the inboard. Moses Nicky busting through. And he's going to go in between the winger and the fullback, and he's gone through everybody. Number 13, Moses Nicky. What a great individual effort, and the Dragons are finally on the board. Great running lines there by Moses Nicky. Always a danger player within the ball, and even the South number 13 there gives it a little low five, appreciating his line that he just run against him. That makes the score Dragons 5, South Darwin 41 with a conversion to come. As we look at the replay there, Moses Nicky breaking one tackle, has a 2-on-1, and just going to back himself and try and split the difference. Fullback comes across and unfortunately can't get a good hold of him, and he's just going to run around, celebrate the try. He knows what a great effort that was. Give the Dragons fans something to cheer about. And we're going to have Elliott go for the conversion here, right in front. 20 metres out. And he's made the conversion there, making the score South Darwin leading 41-7 over Darwin Dragons. As we get back underway here, looks like Jacob's going to get us back underway. Nice deep kick. Caught there by Drew. He's going to put it on the boot. A low punch. And it's fumbled by Tom Iramatsu, who's knocked that on forward about 10 metres but has been missed by everyone. That one is a little bit inexcusable. Everyone in Darwin saw that one get knocked on forward. Yeah, touchy there, Milky Phillips. Good to see him backing up. He's also the captain of Casuarina Cougars A grade. Some do want to know how he's allowed to officiate line-in throws when his effort last week wasn't that straight. So we will ask him after the game if he's actually allowed to officiate those. Clearly doesn't know what the knock-on rule is. As we have Darwin Dragons there with the scrum feed, they're going to pass it out wide To the 10, who's going to run up and put it on the boot. And he's going to put it straight down the fullback's throat. Reese Mullihan, who's going to run wide, and then he's going to go back into the centre beating everyone, and then Drew's going to come across and tackle him. Nice clean out there by South. And it's been left behind again by South. Tommy Uramatsu has had 2 knock-ons in the last 30 seconds, but has only been pinned for 1. Not having a great minute. He'll make up for it for sure. He's one of those players that is a really big self-critiquer. As we have another substitution by Darwin Dragons. And one by South Darwin with the 15 running off. And looks to be 14 coming on. So he's coming off the wing. Jared Lane is going into fullback to replace Miss Mullihan. We have 21 on the wing, as we've just noticed. Jack Messenger. He is about the right build for a winger with a jersey that looks like it fits front rower, as Darwin get the scrum and they're going to put it on the boot. And they're going to put that into the grandstand just to make sure of it. As Milkman Touchy marks that just shy of the 22 metres. Of the 10 metre line, sorry. And South have gone for a long ball. One, passing it out to the 10, who's going to give it off to the 16 for another crash ball. He's made benders every time he's carried. He's one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Going to pass that off to 2. He's got a pop pass on to number 5. Well, Reese getting cleared out nicely there. Number 4 is going to do a pop pass. He's going to get tackled there, 10 metres short of the line. Number 8 is going to go for a pick and go. Bumps off 1, bumps off 2. Going to make some metres. Gets caught a metre short. I'm going to go for a pick and drive here. South's going to try and pick and drive it over. Well, Darwin Dragons players laying down, reeling in pain. Looks to be the fullback. South there trying to pick and drive over the line. Tom Iramatsu with the pass out, and it's been dropped. And we're going to say from Big Red, a deliberate knockdown is the call. Should be yellow card, but I don't believe he knows which player was guilty of that one. So I think one of the players got away with that. As South have elected for a scrum. 5 minutes out from their own try line. Pressure building on Dragons here. And we're going to blow that up because even in contested scrums, people are too close. Just 12 minutes ago in this game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's been an entertaining one for you as we reset this scrum. Be sure to watch our coverage on the Rugby Explorer app, NITV and SBS Demand. As Jake passes that out. And he's missed Rocco. It's been knocked on there by the fullback from Dragons. And that one's been seen by Big Red. And he's blown time off. Just going to have a few words to some players here. Just consulting with the touchy. As we try and get a good shot on the referees there. And we've got a knock on against Souths, and Dragons are going to get the scrum on the 22 metre line. Dragons with the feed with Drew going into scrum half. He passes it out, and they're going to put it on the boot. A hooking kick. Doesn't quite find the sideline. A juggle catch there by South. Going to pass that inboard to the number 8. Beats 1, beats 2. And he's going to do a pop pass to the 14. Who's going to pass that on to Rocco for 21. Has been called back for a forward pass by the looks of that one. As we have a Dragons feed. Drew's going to put that ball in. Pass that out wide. Get on the kick. And it bounces a metre in and then goes out. Great kick there by Dragons. With a quick line out by South, who've put that on the boot. And it's out on the full. And so Dragons are going to get that back inside the 22. But that is due to South passing that back in and then still kicking it out of the full. So it's right on the 22 metre line there. Dragons will be looking to retain the ball, get some points back on the board. And a missed throw, but it was cleaned up nicely by the second jumper of Dragons. He's going to pass that out to number 1 of Dragons. He's going to pass that out to 19. He's going to go to Moses Nicky. He's going to do a cutout ball for the 15 of Dragons. Hayden Riggs, who crashes over the line in the corner. And he's been given the points. Great effort there by Dragons. Play is short and they're still managing to find the line on the outside as well. South won't be happy with that defence. As we get a replay of that one. Fortunately, we are having some technical difficulties. We'll try and get you that one. That does make the score, though, 12-41 Southway, with the conversion still to come, as Elliot Lewis is lining up for the kick. Right on the sideline. With the wind at his back, though, so that will help with the meterage, because he has put the ball about 25 metres deep on the nice angle. We'll see how he goes here. And he's pushed that. And they're going to have a re-kick because there was shouting from South's line. Of course, you can't call out anything when the conversion kick is taking effect. As Jacobs asked him to please explain. Ellie doing his best to move the kicking tee a little bit in. Gets told by Big Red, nah, put it back on the sideline, mate. Nothing gets past Big Red. As the Bullboys return the ball back. It seems to be rushing here. Might be unaware that he actually gets the clock reset. Goes into his usual kicking routine here. Great shots here by our cameraman. And he makes up for the inaccuracy, but hits the crossbar. Reckon he took that back an extra metre there. Didn't do himself any favours, but it was a great kick nevertheless. Big groan from the crowd. That makes the score 41-12, South Darwin leading Darwin Dragons. With 4 minutes to go. Apologies, 8 minutes to go on the game clock on the scoreboard. Andrew is going to run across there, collect up the kick. A nice banana kick gathered by Tom Hiramatsu with 14, running that back inboard of Jared Lane. And they're saying that South took that out. So no quick line out there, unfortunately. Dragons will be looking to retain the ball and get some points every time they retain the ball here in the opposition 50. They get some points. We're going to continue that trend. And they've cooked the line out again. With South gaining that with number 4, I believe. Gaining 10 metres there on his nice carry. Going to pass that out to Jacob, who's going to dummy, but no one fell for that one, so he's going to get tackled just short of the 50-metre line. We're going to pass that back on the inside, and a knock on there by South. Big number 3 from Darwin Dragons. Going to take a hit up. We're going to go a double knock on here. No advantage, so we're going to bring that back with Darwin's feed for the scrum. As Drew's going to pass that out. Going to go through the hands there. Moses Nicky with a wraparound pass back to the 9. He's going to pass it to the fullback, who's going to beat number 21 for South. Gets pulled down with a nice pop pass to number 19. He's going to pop that back into the number 11, who gets creamed. Number 2 there. South is isolated, but he pops that back. And he's going to get called for that one. He didn't release it. Big red there with the call. As South are going to go banana kick for the sideline by number 9, Vincent Mann. It's going to be a South Darwin throw-in. And Tommy Rancho gets that to Vincent, who's going to put that down to number 17. Passing off to 23. He's going to take a run up and get absolutely annihilated by 3 Dragons there. No one fell for that one. 2's going to pass that out to 4. Nice big fend off. Every time he runs, he's going to go for a fend off. Drew with a medium pace tackle, but he's got the steal. And Dragons got the turnover, and they put that straight on the boot. Jacob's hanging back there. He's going to put that back on the boot, try and kick it over their heads. And a nice kick there, doesn't go out. It's been collected again there. Moses Nicky going to pass that inboard, misses his target, and that's been knocked on by Darwin Dragons. It's going to be a scrum feed to South. Bit sloppy play there. Bit of a tongue twister there. Apologies. Sloppy play. We're going to have a scrum South feed 30 metres out from their try line. We're looking to put some more points on as we go into just under 4 minutes of game remaining on the scoreboard. Fortunately, our time on our live stream through NITV, Rugby App and SBS Demand doesn't officiate through the umpire's watch. As we have a scrum feed there by Vincent, who's going to pass it out. And number 8 there's just dropped that. If that had been a watermelon, his dog would have been licking him for weeks. That was a very poor effort there by number 8 South, Jesse Kirkman. That'd possibly be a fine from the forward group. Always hard critiquers. A couple of the Dragons boys are out on their feet there. Just waiting for this hooter to sound. Drew Tobin's going to pass that out and they're going to put it on the boat. But they're only going to do a chip and chase here. Moses Nicky misses the ball. And number 13 collects that for South. Mahali is going to pass that. He's going to kick it inboard. Dragons try and cover that dive on the ball. Looks like number 14's dived over that Jared Lane. We'll see what the umpire says here. And looks like the touch judge has walked that back 10 metres. He might have seen an issue here. As we try and zoom in on the touchies. Just waiting for a call there by Big Red. Doesn't look like tries. Drew Tobin's going to get a talking to by Big Red. He's reaching into his pocket. That's never a good sign. As one of the Dragons players here is getting marched out to the referee. Just can't quite see his number there. Number 6 there has been shown another yellow card for a, looks like no arms in the tackle. Number 6 being Damien Scrubbert. And we're going to be given a try awarded to South. As Jacob's going to try and take the conversion. Might get a replay of that try. We are having some technical difficulties, as I'm told. But that does make the score 46-12 before the conversion. As the conversion is unsuccessful, is pushed that across the front. And looks like we're still not done, ladies and gentlemen, on the scoreboard. We still have 54 seconds to go. Elliot Lewis looks like he's going to take the kick to get us back underway on a nice Saturday night. Temperatures drop right off, humidity as well. It's actually a nice comfortable temperature up here in the Northern Territory. Thank you for tuning in on the Rugby app, SBS Demand and NITV. As Elliot gets us underway here, puts it down deep. Tomohiro Matsu with the gather, and he's going to run it up and break through 3 tackles and finally get dragged down by a horse collar tackle. That's going to get passed out there to the number 8 of South, Jesse Kirkman. Going to get passed out again here to Jacob, who's going to do a cutout ball to Rocco. The knock on by Dragons doesn't get called up, and number 21's going to take a run past a ball 15 metres forward and still miss his support play. I believe that is the worst pass we've seen all night, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of popcorn, that's his excuse for sure. And we're going to set the scrum here for Darwin Dragons. Everyone's high-fiving and shaking hands, but Big Red wants to have one final scrum as the blower has gone. See what kind of mentality Darwin Dragons here on the scrum. See if they just want to kick it out in the game, or if they want to try a 80-metre effort by retaining the ball. As Drew passes that ball to Moses Nicky, does a pump fake and no one falls to that one, but then he offloads it. We're going to run off and he's going to bump off one, put a kick through, and that's going to get covered by number 14 for South, who's just going to put that over the sideline. As Big Red calls full time on tonight's game. The score being 47-12 South Darwin Rabbitohs victors over the Darwin Dragons. As the South Darwin Rabbitohs were the favourites tonight. They ended up running away with the game. Lack of numbers, I think, were the real big issue for Dragons. Hopefully they can rectify that. There's a few injuries in their camp and a few unregistered players. They'll be looking to bounce back in the next week's competition. As we said, ladies and gentlemen, end score, South Darwin Rabbitohs 47, Darwin Dragons 12. Thank you for watching our stream on SBS Demand, the Rugby app, and NITV. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been rockied.